Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. This isn't a video. I was actually not going to make this video, but I'm getting enough notifications here that I figure I'll just make this quickie, and you'll know that I am aware that there is going to be a live event with Uber CEO Dara K on Tuesday, April 10th. As the announcement on the app says, watch a live event with Uber CEO Dara K. Dara will make a global announcement about major upcoming improvements to your driving experience. Tune in at 10 a.m. Pacific time by live stream to watch as he shares his vision for how we move forward together. Now, what's interesting about this is that it doesn't quite say where the live stream's going to be. I assume it's going to be YouTube. I could be wrong. But I definitely need to figure out where this is going to be because I actually want to live stream this event. I want to live stream and I want to react as it's going on. Just going to say something to you now, Dara, if you're watching, which I seriously doubt you are. But if you are, here's a little bit of free advice. If you're not going to talk about substantially increasing the pay for drivers, this is a waste of time. In fact, if you're not going to talk about substantially raising the wages for the drivers, not only is this a waste of time, this is actually one of the most counterproductive things you can do. The drivers are fed up. They want one thing and one thing only, and this will make it for a better driver experience for them. More money. If you have no intention of doing that, you shouldn't do this live stream at all. And I don't know. I'm kind of two minds right now. I really, really hope that maybe, just maybe, you'll have figured this out and maybe that's what this is truly about. I mean, heck, you have given small increases in a few cities already, and maybe you have seen that, hey, people are driving more, they're happier, and they're getting better customer service. So, you know what? Uber's popular enough now that we're just going to do that all across the nation and we're just going to appease the drivers because you know what? They are our partners, they make the company what they are, and the driverless cars are definitely not coming anytime soon, especially not after that horrific car crash. So hopefully you've realized that and that's what this is about. But I swear, if you say anything about anything else and you do not include pay increases, this is not only a waste of your time, it's a waste of our time, and it will be counterproductive because the drivers are super pissed. If you see a movie that's going to be going up tomorrow on my channel, you will know just how serious the drivers have actually gotten. You need to pay them more. It's that simple. And here's where I'm of the other mind. I really want you to have learned your lesson, and for everyone's sake, I want you to pay more. And yet, I'm not going to lie, it's very entertaining for me when you screw up, and this would just be the most entertaining colossal screw up ever. If after all this time and after all that's been said in the last not only few years but few weeks alone, that you get on and you say this is a event and we're going to talk about how to improve your experience, that you don't actually give a pay raise, it's I don't know, it'll be the funniest, most frustrating thing in the world. Truly it will be. Because right now we're at the point where some of the longtime Uber people, we're talking about Harry Campbell and Uberman. I mean, they think this is a lost cause. And you know what? I kind of agree. I mean, people say, why do you keep making these videos? Why don't you get a real job? And, you know, of course, I'd like to ask define real job, but I make the videos because I enjoy making them. It's fun for me. This isn't boring yet. And the more you mess up, the more fun I have. But for a lot of people, this isn't fun. This is their life. This is their livelihood. This is the difference between them paying rent or putting food on the table. Sometimes they have to choose. Sometimes they have to choose. And it didn't used to be this way, Dara. It did not. Now, I'm not expecting $2.40 again. I'm not. I think those days are long gone. And maybe that was, too generous to begin with. I don't know. I mean, you had to do what you had to do to attract people to drive for your service, and that's a fact. But here's the other fact. It's too low now, and people are just simply fed up. I actually check out the app once in a while. I don't drive, but I check it out. And I noticed that it's surging a lot more. It's surging more because people aren't driving as much. It's surging more because people are quitting. And it's surging because even though it's surging, people like me aren't going out and making the money because you know what? We know that the flat surge rate is coming, and we don't want to put money in your pockets just for that to happen. We're pretty much like assuming, yeah, we'll cut our losses now and hope for the next big thing later on down the road. And you're lucky that Lyft is such a wimp. You're lucky that Lyft is just a wimp, because if Lyft had any sort of spine, if they had any sort of intelligence, any kernel, mustard seed grain of faith that they had that in the rideshare market, they would have killed you in the last couple weeks. They would have like shown your butt to the door, because everything you did left you wide open to be overtaken by them. And the only reason they didn't do it was because they don't know what the heck they're doing. They just don't know what they're doing. And they think, you know what, we'll just be the good guy all this time. Whatever Lyft, Uber does, we'll do them. And I don't know how many people saw the show Hikaru no Go. It's an old show, and for that matter, it's a animated show about a board game, so not a lot of people are probably going to watch that. But it's a very good show if you haven't seen it. And I remember an episode, there was a kid who decided to face off against a pro, and he decided to put his Go piece in the center of the board, which is like, strategically speaking, one of the worst places to start. And what he did that for the sole purpose of basically copying the move, and the professional figured out that he was doing that, and well, he beat the amateur, because you don't beat anyone by copying them. You beat them by out-strategizing them. You beat them by outsmarting them, and Lyft never figured that out. And Uber, for your sake, I guess if I were you, I'm glad that Uber never did. Not Uber, sorry. If I were you, I'd be glad Lyft never did figure that out, because you'd be dead. Your company would no longer be worth anything. But you know what? Again, it's not too late. It's not too late. Now's your chance. You're actually reaching out to the drivers. You know what? This is the first time I've ever seen the CEO of Uber reach out to the drivers on such a public scale. So we're going to listen. We're going to see what you have to say. I'm just going to tell you right now that if you don't include a pay raise in there, what you have to say won't mean much of anything. And in fact, you will hurt the company more than you will help it. So this video is to announce, not only to tell them that, but to announce that I will be live streaming it once I figure out where it's being live streamed. And we will be reacting to it live, and God willing, hopefully, Drive Girl Drive, Uber Hints, and Your Driver Mike will be available for a podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday, so that we can discuss whatever the heck he wants to announce. Just to let you know, I don't have a whole lot of hope for a pay raise, if only because, read how this is worded. Dara will make a global announcement about major upcoming improvements to your driving experience. And in Uber's mind, the driving experience is separate from the pay. So don't be prepared, I should say, to not get a pay raise. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave this. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.